I will.
Mhm.
So we are pleased that Imet has agreed to tell us a real life case story and how he has helped the customer solve some problems with well, frost and avoid the frost in these cold store installations. So please go ahead, Imet, and tell us about it.
Thanks, Christina. Thanks for the opportunity to present today. Thanks for everybody for attending. I'm sorry that I couldn't attend in the partner conference last time. Okay, I'm Imed Besais. I've been a Quartz partner for 15 years, covering the Middle East and Africa. Humidity is an important environmental factor that affects most of our personal lives. Humidity is an important factor that affects all the industries. Humidity is an important factor in all regions, whether Europe or Asia or Africa, whether you've got heat or you have snow or you have cold. Although this is known by everyone, the cure or the best cure for this humidity is not always chosen, not in all circumstances. You find that the guys who are selling hay bags, for instance, will always go for condensation technology because that's what they have. Some industries cannot use condensation technology, so they use like the farmer. So desiccant is the only answer in that case because of regulation and because of microbial risk that they might they have to avert. Desiccant technology always, although it has been here for years and years and it's mature, it's not always chosen or in the right applications where we want to use it. Okay. Today, I want to actually talk about applications where desiccant is the only answer and desiccant is the best answer. Okay. Today, as well, I'm going to talk about applications where Quartz have the best technology and have the best expertise, and we can deliver success where other suppliers failed and keep failing. Okay, without those three applications that I'm going to choose today are cooling tunnels, and these applications are relevant in our market. Raw material silos. So, when you're in the food industry and you have sugar, you have cocoa and others, the problems of humidity can affect your production completely. The cooling tunnels as well. If you have biscuits or you have chocolates or something like that, humidity is an important factor that can affect the quality of your product. Negative rooms, where I'm going to focus today, is another application where humidity can make your work impossible, and combating technology can save you lots of money. And here I'm not going to talk about cold stores only. I'm going to talk about the modern cold stores today. In the modern cold stores, because of the price of energy, because of the price of storage as well, most people want to actually double their storage without having to spend more money. If they are going to markets and they have to expand very quickly, building a cold room takes a long time. And the deployment of dynamic shelving is something which most advanced companies that manufacture any kind of goods will actually deploy to double their storage. These applications, what is the killer point for these applications where you're going to sell big money? Is frost, of course. If you have frost, and in the Middle East where you have temperatures which reach 45 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius sometimes in Kuwait, and you have a cold store of minus 25 degrees Celsius, and you have to deliver goods with doors which stay open. This is what happened to the cold store. So the idea of having dynamic shelving in such an environment is impossible because the railings will actually bend. You'll have people having accidents all over the place, and the goods get damaged. So sometimes, even if you don't want to spend the money, you are going to spend the money because you have no choice. Even if you try to make economies, this is an application where there is no economy. You can only lose, okay? And for me, this is an application that I love a lot because I know my customer will need this application and we have added value, okay? So why is this what happens when we go to customers to demonstrate our expertise? We are able to go to the customer. We know exactly what the problem is. We can identify the risks, and we can tell them where the risks are coming from by studying this risk, and we can choose the right places to put the machines and the right machines as well. Because at Quotes, we are the only ones in the market that understand the difference between a positive temperature application and a negative temperature application. And we have the technology to do that, to actually have a machine that works in minus 25 degrees Celsius and deliver the results where you have zero frost, because that's what happens. Okay, so we have a range of dehumidifiers that can deliver this no matter what the size of the room is or what is the traffic as well that you have. So it's not always the size of the room that matters. It's the opening. It's the matter of how many times you open the doors and how big the doors are, and whether we recommend as well that people have airlocks, etc., to have the applications. Okay, so the application that we were looking at here is an application for an Algerian ice cream maker. And you know, when we say Algeria, we say the minus 45 degrees Celsius temperatures. Here, having the dynamic shelving, especially in Algiers, where space is at a premium. The price of a flat in Algeria is the same as the price of flat in France, in Paris. So to tell you how expensive space is, what a premium you have. So people have no choice but actually to make the space they have, to make most of the space they have. So in this application, for instance, we managed to actually make this cold store, and this factory works beautifully because from the deliveries, you don't have ice all over the place. We managed to build air curtains to actually avoid this problem. And we deployed the C35C and the C65 to do this, as we said. So in the end, I have a little demonstration or some videos of the application, as you can see it, where, for instance, you see how the air curtains are placed in front of the rooms, the cold rooms, to avoid the infiltration of the humidity. And you can see the first video where you have a Quotes C35C placed in a what they call it, the preparation, the order preparation room. And you can see that the preparation room, you have the impression that the room is actually not working, but in fact we have a temperature of minus 25 in this room. So we know how to do this. The technology of Quotes can deliver this, And we've done it time and time again, not in Algiers only. We've done it in Tunis. We've done it for factories for ice cream. We've done it for factories for poultry farms. We've done it in applications where people have frozen goods or frozen nuggets for chicken, etc., etc. And the results are the same. And that's why people come to us, because they don't want to mess around. They don't want to actually take chances with where other people can actually pretend or say they have the solution. With us, we have a track record. We know how to do this. Our machines keep working even after 5 years and 6 years. We have applications where customers have the dehumidifiers deliver value till today. Okay, so for me, this is a sweet spot. This is an application where we are the best in the market to deliver success. Okay, thank you for listening. Here is a list of some of the customers that we have. So, and probably you know about this, and you know some of these customers as well. And that's it. If you have any questions, yeah, I hope that I wasn't too long.
That was
Please
fine.
go ahead.
Thank you, Imad. Do we have any questions?
Yes, I have some. One of the questions is because I thought that in this cold store range that there is a heater installed in the ductwork. Is that right or not?
Yes, this is one of the tricks or the secret why we managed to actually have a dehumidifier work in minus 25
And
degrees Celsius and never fail.
and in
Okay.
what ductwork is it installed? Is it the process air in or where is it exactly installed?
The heater is placed in the regeneration in ducting.
Yeah.
Okay. And this heater is like the security that makes sure that the machine keep working without freezing. So there's a unit outside. I'm probably telling you secrets about how this technology that is patented work. So basically, the unit in the inside and the outside work in tandem together to make sure that the unit inside tell the unit outside what's happening, so that we regulate the temperature of the unit so it stays always frost free. So if you don't do that, and that's where some others fail, when because the unit, if you place it in minus 25, it will freeze after a while. Ours, we never do that because of this patented technology.
Yeah. So the humidifier is extra insulated as well.
Yes,
So,
of course.
And
okay.
to that, does it run all the time or do you ever stop it? I guess
You never stop it.
no.
If
Yeah.
you
So it
are
has
in
to
a
run.
working,
Yeah.
if it doesn't stop because of power cuts or something like that, the unit is supposed to be working all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. And the heater outside is supposed to be, well, the whole system will work together all the time, and it have safety nets to make sure that it works all the time. The machine always regulates its temperature, because if you have components inside, you don't want them to be frozen. So imagine the machine is intelligent enough to actually only start working when its environment is ready to do so. So that's why the machine probably after failure or something like that will take 40%, 40 minutes or so to actually restart again, because it is working on making sure that it is warm enough and the environment is ready to actually to resume dehumidifying.
And what you have done, Imad, is also taking the controls and alarms outside the room, right?
Yes, we did, because if you have a machine in minus 25 degrees Celsius, to check whether the machine is an alarm or not an alarm, sometimes this is people will avoid going to minus 25 if they don't need to. So basically, what we've done in almost all customers now is we actually, by default, we actually externalize all the alarms, not externalize them in front of the room like they do, but we put them in the control room. So if there's any problem with dehumidification, the operators of the cold store or the factory would know that there's something which is not okay with the dehumidifier, and it needs the assistance or the attendance very quickly. Okay.
Yeah. So you're more sure that you get the alarm.
Yes, and because really it's a night and day before you see places where there's no dehumidifier, and you see a place where you have one, and the difference is enormous. I mean, although people are actually ask me, if you have a dehumidifier inside the room, what difference does it make? Because the humidity is so low. I'll say we don't work on the humidity in the room. We actually mitigate the risk. So we actually fight the humidity that try to go inside the room and cause the problem. So our solution is not curative. It is preventative. It actually prevents the problem to happen before it happens. Okay, because when frost sets in a place, you don't have many choices to actually defrost it. You have to use defrosting.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to defrost. That's all. You have to actually work on defrosting, and defrosting costs a lot of money. Imagine in some cold stores they deploy the defrosting mechanisms every hour. So every hour you have to heat a room and then cool it again. That costs a lot of energy. So basically, you want to defrost as little as possible.
Yes.
Okay, and you save a lot of money that way. Okay.
So, Imet, do you see possibilities in because I'm quite a lot in the rental solutions, but do you see like a possibility to make a cold store unit, like a mobile version with a frame around it and wheels? Because right now, at the moment, I'm trying to get into that market, and sometimes, it's hard to tell a customer and to prove what it will do. So I want to show it to him. Is there a possibility to make something like that, or do you think it would be too difficult?
Well, I think it's always a possibility. The thing is, if you have a room that you're going to place inside a cold room, okay, you have the other part of the machine which is outside the room, okay, which is the heating element, etc. The other processes that. So if the customer will have an opening inside the room where you can have your pipes installed, yes, you can do a quick install for this technology. We can use that, but you have to have the opening in the first place. When people actually try a condensation unit, they leave the door a little bit open or something like that, or they leave the pipe in cold stores because of minus 25 degrees. Leaving the doors open is not really a practical thing. So the unit can be mobile, yes, but you need to have the ducting, at least the ducting heating the machine, unless you don't want to heat the machine, which means that if something happens, you don't have the safety net of the heater which is outside.
Yeah. So you always put the heating element outside the room?
Of course.
Yeah. So you cannot work with like one ductwork. For example, you take air from the cold store, that you heat that air with the heater, and then just the regeneration outside. That's not a possibility.
It can be. I think thinking about it more, you can do that. The only thing is you have to insulate the other parts of the machine, the heating and whatever, much more, because then you have a heater which is in a room which is minus 25 degrees. So if you manage to actually insulate it in such a way that it doesn't affect its operation, yes, you can do that. I suppose you can. I suppose you can.
Thank you.
Yes.
You can make a test, Brent, and let us
Yes,
know how
yes.
it
I mean,
goes.
you take that part, you have it inside, for instance, on top of the room, on top of the machine, but you actually have an insulation box, for instance, where you actually have another box which actually you put this heating element in it, and see how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you're calculating or selecting the right dehumidifier, how do you do that? Is it with the MMC, or is it just your own calculation tool? Or because it's not in the normal calculation tool from Codex.
At least our tech team can help with the calculations, but I think Imet, you also have your own calculation.
Yes, I mean, this is the trick, and that's why when somebody visit the customer and you go and measure the room to see whether the problem, what is the amount of humidity, whatever the classic calculations that you do, they don't apply to cold stores because the application is different. In cold stores, we work on the openings. We don't work on the size of the room, because if you have minus 25 degrees, what will be the humidity in minus 25 degrees? Almost zero. Because any humidity will freeze. So it's not a question of, oh, I have a room, I have this kind of products, what kind of humidifier I have. No. The problem, I have a door which is 2 meters long, 1 meter high or 2 meters high. How can I prevent humidity to infiltrate the room in this opening? So the guys who understand these applications, from the question, you know if they have the expertise or not. If somebody is going and to the customer say, well, you have a cold store of 2,000 meter cube, what kind of unit you have? And they say, 2 meter, and I have these goods which are have a moisture load or whatever. This doesn't apply in cold stores. The goods are frozen. Okay, there's no humidity. So what is the problem? When you open the door, all the humidity, it's like your fridge in the house. Okay, you open the door, it gets full of frost. The goods get damaged. It doesn't cool anymore, and you have this ice surrounding the product, which means that it stays at zero or sub-zero. It doesn't go to minus 25. The goods get damaged. The packaging get damaged, and that's what the frost does. Okay, so the application in the cold store, you have to prevent humidity from infiltrating the room. So you work on the openings. You don't work on the open the size of the room of the moisture load. So the calculators of quotes, what we use in normal applications, don't apply here.
Okay.
And I believe we will be working on making calculators for this purpose as well, but it's not up and running yet.
Yeah,
and,
because
and the calculator is not going to be on the size of the room. It's going to work on the size of the door.
Yes, I don't know how they expect to
It's
do
exactly
this, but
it's exactly
that's probably you're probably right.
that. I am right, Christian.
Any more questions?
No, not from my side.
But what we said in this conference is really the crux of the matter. This is where we show expertise and where we actually win, because we know where to focus on. The others don't.
Yeah, I
You
think
know what I'm
it's very
saying?
interesting, because I think there's a lot of business in this, because we have a
Yes.
lot of cool and freeze storages as well in Belgium. For example, when this morning I had a meeting with another customer, and when I was at the end of the street, when I left him, I was just going to show you for some proof, but And this is like cool and freezing company storage,
Yes,
pure,
yes.
only storage. So I was thinking about this meeting for this afternoon. So I took a picture. Tomorrow I call him.
Yes, that's good.
Yes, and if you need any help, we
yeah.
can help you. You know,
Mhm.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, it's the openings, not the size of the room
Yeah. Okay.
in
Thank you.
cold storage. Okay, negative cold
Yeah,
storage.
because
Yeah.
in cooling tunnels and so on, it's different because there you want to freeze the product in the cooling tunnel, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. I can see, Joachim, you have a question. Can we hear you?
We've got a hand here.
Yes. Ah, he has a problem with his mic. Okay. Can you write the question and we can see it maybe? Okay. I think that was very nice to hear your presentation, Imet.
Yep.
And
It's a
thanks for
pleasure.
your questions, Brent. So
No
now
problem.
I hope that the rest of the partners can also make use of this, you know, to build the business.
Mhm.
So
There is an exploding business on this because of the energy, because of the
yeah,
what I see even now in all markets now. I don't think there would be no cold storage area where we don't have dynamic shelving. So, and this application and the dynamic shelving hand in hand. So if you can partner with a dynamic shelving company, that would be very nice too,
that would
because
be
they
a
would
good
be
match. Yeah.
looking for somebody like you to actually overcome the humidity. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So, okay,
Okay.
Christina, thank you very much.
Thanks for now, everybody, and see you soon.
Yes.
Thank you, Imet.
Okay, take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.